Pregnancy is a time of joy and anticipation, but for many women, it's also a time of risk. This is especially true for women of color. They face a higher risk of complications during pregnancy and childbirth. One of the most concerning disparities is the rate of cesarean sections or C-sections. C-sections are major surgeries. They come with risks for both mothers and babies. When medically necessary, C-sections save lives. However, the rising rates of C-sections, particularly among women of color, raise serious concerns. These concerns led to a critical analysis of the ARRIVE trial, a large study on pregnancy and childbirth. The findings were alarming. The analysis revealed significant racial and ethnic disparities in C-section rates. These disparities exist even when accounting for other factors, like a woman's health history. This suggests a deeper problem at play. It points to systemic issues that disproportionately impact women of color. This report explores the findings of the ARRIVE trial analysis. It delves into the reasons behind these disparities, the implications for maternal health, and the urgent need for change. The ARRIVE trial stands for a randomized trial of induction versus expectant management. This large-scale study aimed to compare two common approaches to childbirth-inducing labor and waiting for labor to begin naturally. While the initial trial focused on comparing these methods, the secondary analysis, which is the focus of this video, specifically examined racial and ethnic disparities within the trial data. Researchers meticulously analyzed data from nearly 6,000 women. These women were all first-time mothers with low-risk pregnancies. This is significant because it means they were less likely to need a C-section for medical reasons. Despite this, significant differences in C-section rates emerged based on race and ethnicity. The study divided the participants into three groups: non-Hispanic Black, Hispanic, and non-Hispanic White. The findings were striking. Non-Hispanic Black and Hispanic women were significantly more likely to have a C-section compared to non-Hispanic White women. The ARRIVE trial analysis revealed a disturbing trend. Non-Hispanic Black and Hispanic women faced a disproportionately higher risk of C-sections, even after adjusting for factors like age, health conditions, and socioeconomic status. This disparity was particularly pronounced when the reason for the C-section was non-reassuring fetal status. Non-reassuring fetal status is a broad term. It refers to situations where a baby might be showing signs of distress during labor. While this is a legitimate medical concern, it's also a subjective judgment call. This subjectivity raises concerns about potential bias influencing these decisions. Furthermore, the study found that these disparities in C-section rates had a direct impact on maternal morbidity. Maternal morbidity refers to any health complications a woman experiences during pregnancy, childbirth, or the postpartum period. The study found that non-Hispanic Black and Hispanic women experienced significantly higher rates of maternal morbidity. Unpacking the disparities, bias, access, and systemic issues. The stark disparities in C-section rates uncovered by the ARRIVE trial analysis point to systemic issues within healthcare. While more research is needed to fully understand the underlying causes, several factors likely contribute to these unacceptable trends. One significant concern is the potential for implicit bias in medical decision-making. Implicit bias refers to unconscious prejudices that can influence our actions, even without our awareness. In healthcare settings, implicit bias can manifest in how doctors interpret symptoms, communicate with patients, and make treatment recommendations. Access to quality prenatal care is another critical factor. Women of color are more likely to face barriers to accessing consistent, comprehensive prenatal care. These barriers can include lack of insurance, transportation challenges, and difficulty taking time off work. The high cost of inequality, maternal morbidity, and cesareans. The disparities in C-section rates are not just about numbers. They represent real lives and real consequences. The ARRIVE trial analysis clearly demonstrated that these disparities are directly linked to increased maternal morbidity. This means that women of color are disproportionately experiencing complications and health issues related to pregnancy and childbirth. C-sections, while sometimes life-saving, are not without risk. They are major surgeries that come with increased risks of infection, blood clots, and longer recovery times. Additionally, women who have had a C-section are more likely to experience complications in future pregnancies. The higher rates of maternal morbidity among women of color represent a serious public health crisis. These disparities reflect broader societal inequities that impact women of color throughout their lives. Addressing these inequities is not just about improving healthcare, it's about achieving social justice. The path forward: research, awareness, and equitable care. The ARRIVE trial analysis serves as a stark reminder of the urgent need to address racial and ethnic disparities in maternal health care. The findings highlight the need for a multifaceted approach to create a more equitable and just healthcare system. More research is crucial to fully understand the complex interplay of factors contributing to these disparities. We need to move beyond simply documenting the problem and delve deeper into the root causes. This includes examining the role of implicit bias, social determinants of health, and structural racism within healthcare systems. Raising awareness about these disparities is equally important. Educating healthcare providers about implicit bias and cultural sensitivity is paramount. Empowering women of color to advocate for themselves and their babies is also essential. A call to action: bridging the gap for healthier mothers and babies. The journey towards health equity in maternal care requires a collective effort. It demands a commitment from healthcare providers, policymakers, researchers, and communities to dismantle the systemic barriers that perpetuate these disparities. Hospitals and healthcare systems must prioritize diversity, equity, and inclusion in their policies and practices. This includes implementing bias training for staff, ensuring culturally competent care, and creating welcoming and inclusive environments for all patients. Policy changes are also essential to address the social determinants of health that contribute to these disparities. Expanding access to affordable housing, nutritious food, and quality education can have a significant impact on maternal health outcomes. Ultimately, reducing racial and ethnic disparities in C-section rates and maternal morbidity is not just a medical issue. It's a moral imperative. Every woman deserves the opportunity to experience a healthy pregnancy and childbirth, regardless of her race or ethnicity. By working together, we can create a future where all mothers and babies have an equal chance at a healthy start in life. Thank you for watching. Like, share, and subscribe.